What up, everybody? Welcome to the IAG Thursday thing. This thing that we do every Thursday. We've been pretty good about it actually lately, and yeah, we're doing the damn thing. This week, Warranty won't be joining us. He's got an adult. Producer Jordan, who love him to pieces, is also doing a bunch of stuff, so he will not be around either. And Randy is at Goodwood. So our thumbnail was a rehash thanks to our guest. He's like, yo, let's just reuse the one from last time and just make it even worse. And I'm like, yes. So we reused it. So our guest this week, and he's gonna have to help me carry this whole thing, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem because he's done a ton of crazy stuff in the past since the last time he's been on, which has been like a year and a half, 2 years, something, whatever, is what is it? Mike, Matt, Mitch, Marvin, Miguel. Mark, how you doing, buddy? From Co23 / Kartboy, which are now the same company.
No, they're not. We'll talk about it. Dude, I'm good. I can't complain. It was a little bit, it was a lot of bit of a fire drill for a couple weeks, like end of May, beginning of June, which we'll get into. From a professional side of things, everything's going really well. We're kind of firing all cylinders finally with Kartboy and Co23. And then on a personal note, my wife is 38 weeks pregnant with baby number 2. So sleep has been a little weird and she could pop at any minute, but made time for this. So
nice.
There's a chance I get a phone call in the next hour and a half.
Priorities. So. Now you got to be like, yo, I'm in the middle of a podcast, woman. Get your shit right.
Yeah. Not yet. Hold it in for another hour.
Yes. Yep. Cork it. Yeah. I got to get this done.
Yeah, little boy number 2. So
nice.
Super excited.
Congrats, dude. That's awesome.
Thank you very much for the next couple months.
No, and you've already been through it once, so you know what the situation is.
Oh yeah.
So, since last time you were on, and I still don't understand what happened, but basically, Kartboy and Co23 are under the same roof.
Yep.
Explain what happened, what this is, how the partnership or whatever works. I don't understand.
All right, man. To go back to square one. So Tom OG, Kart Daddy, Kartboy, started Kartboy in 1999, right? We're not going to go all the way back there, but you have to know who Tom is, right? So Tom actually, you always do the Naziak number. I'm pretty sure Tom is Naziak number 63, if that gives you any idea.
Yeah, he's a type of OG that you guys cannot comprehend. I've been trying to get him on the podcast forever, and he just isn't that guy.
Yeah, so Tom is awesome.
Yes.
So Tom has known a lot of people for a very long time, 2 of which were Chad and Ryan, who are the owners and founders of Co23. So they would bounce questions back and forth off each other. Like they asked him a bunch of stuff. Like he would give recommendations on equipment and kind of back in the day when Co23 was getting going. Like Co23 was founded in 2012. To give everybody an idea, Kartboy was founded in 1999. Kartboy actually was founded before our marketing guy was born. If that gives you any idea how long it's been around. That's crazy. That's Harris, but I digress. So Tom has also known a fine gentleman named Matt Beenan forever. So if you've been in the Subaru game for a while, Matt Beenan was engineer number 2, I think number 2 at Grimspeed back in the day. Worked his way up to president of Grimspeed, kind of built that company into this whatever Grimspeed was. Ended up leaving the company. Now he owns Built Right Industries in Connecticut. Big player in the truck aftermarket with moly panel storage, all kinds of stuff like that, right? So Tom has known Chad and Ryan forever. Tom has known Matt forever. So when Tom kind of started thinking about like, hey man, I've been doing this for 26 years, kind of looking at an exit strategy. Matt was talking to Tom, Chad and Ryan were talking to Tom, and we kind of all just got together. We're like, why don't we all just talk together? So we ended up coming together with an agreement where the company now is owned by 5 of us. So Tom, Chad, Ryan, Matt, and myself own pieces of it, whatever the split is. Matt kind of works as an advisor, still lives in Connecticut. Like we talk to him multiple times a week. He's, a wealth of information. But at the same time, Kartboy wholly operates as a separate business underneath the same roof that Company 23 is in central Wisconsin. So when the acquisition happened, because a lot of people have questions about this, like
Sure.
when the acquisition happened, Tom was actually running the show by himself in San Diego. He was welding all the stuff. He was shipping all the orders.
That's
he was
crazy.
inventory, like everything that goes along with running a business that like was pretty sizable.
And
for
it
a
was,
one-man
this is
show.
Kartboy. There's like, how many, that is the number one short shifter you are going to find in any Subaru out there. So like they're out, there's a ton of them. So, and even though like, he's probably not selling as many as he did in like 08, you know what I mean? But they're still selling like crazy. I sell Kartboy shifters all the damn time. So like this is one dude was running that.
And we appreciate that, by the way. Thank you. But yeah, so to give you an idea, like Tom had this little network of suppliers and everything in San Diego, like pretty close to where his shop was. So not only was he sitting there like hand welding every shifter, he would either send them over on a pallet or he would take parts to the anodizer that was a couple miles down. Like he was doing everything. So needless to say, he got to the point he was just burnt out. It had been almost 30 years. Yeah, and he was looking for the right people to partner with. We've all talked about private equity till we're blue in the face. We all know the story. I don't need to rehash that. But it kind of was this dream deal because no one lost their job. Tom got to retire and kind of stay involved and be like this figurehead for the company, give us his input when needed. Meanwhile, all the inventory moved to Wisconsin. Matt's involved. It's like this dream team, excluding me because I'm some newbie or whatever. It's only been like 5 years of Subaru dudes, right? And it's not private equity. It's people that actually I think we all have Subarus.
It's the community like took this. Like, the community saw something that needed to be done and like took in this brand. The community took the brand in and like and kept it going. Because I got to be real, at some point, Tom was just gonna drop.
Yeah, like honestly, dude, I still pinch myself. Like we had this awesome trip to San Diego where we worked our butts off. Like Matt, myself, Chad, Ryan, and Tom packed all the inventory, counted all the inventory, figured out what was going where, when, literally put it in a semi. And the whole time, like we're laughing, have a great old time. I'm like, man, how the hell did I get lucky enough to like part of this? This is amazing.
That's sick.
So that was super cool. That's actually where I met Bucky too. Bucky was out there using the lift, working on the bucket. I met Lance, who lives out in Utah. I'm just like, dude, I'm a huge Subaru guy for like since 2008. And I'm like pinching myself. I'm like, shit, man, I'm literally holding up Bucky's gas tank in the bucket as he's trying to like, I forget if he's putting a fuel. I forget what he was even doing, but I'm just like, holy shit, dude, Bucky Lassick like smells like shit. He's right next to me.
Yeah,
like, that's cool. We're all sweaty as hell. I'm like, this is awesome. So anyway, so that deal happens.
That's so cool.
Everything back to Wisconsin, and like everything is great, but still, like it's not your products. Like we didn't design and develop the products. We had to like get up to speed on reordering and inventorying and all that stuff. It was tough. I won't lie to you. Like we had some bumps in the road. Like we had some stuff go out of stock. We changed vendors at the same time because like Tom had a bunch of vendors who had known Tom for 20 years. And then, hey, we bought the company or whatever, like we're the new owners. And like, it's just not the same, like Tom had deals with people that he'd been doing deals with, handshake deals for 20 years. And then company changes hands and then the relationship's just not the same. So we had to do a little bit of resourcing parts, which is never fun. No. I lost a lot of sleep and got a lot of gray hair over it. But now, fast forward 11 months and, we're firing all cylinders. We launched our new shift joints. We have a bunch of other cool stuff we've been working on coming later this fall. So finally, like, kind of relax a little bit, have some fun, enjoy it. So it's been amazing. But everybody always asks, like, Company 23 is a wholly owned business over here. Kartboy is a wholly owned business over here under the same roof, but they share a couple of the owners. So we have employees that work for each one. There's a little bit of crossover and we have to charge our time to the
I was about to say, I bet you that's like a pay and tax nightmare for a couple of people, but like they are separate companies. They just are operating under the same roof.
Yes. I mean, there's a little bit of like bookwork nightmare, I think. Like I don't have to deal with the financials, thankfully. But we just basically charge our time wherever it needs to be. And actually, it's for me. I mean, I'm not the finance guy, so I don't know, but it's not that bad for me. So we have another engineer who started a couple weeks ago. He's full blown company 23. So we got a bunch of cool stuff coming for that in the actually pretty near future that I think people will be stoked on. But yeah, man, we had some bumps in the road over the last year, but I feel like last couple months we've been doing awesome.
Dude,
so,
I think so. Like when I saw the shift joint release, I was I'm gonna say what definitely some other shop owners and some other companies were saying. I will say the silent part out loud. Thank God a freaking company that we like is making this now instead of in a better version of this. This has been it's been needed for so long coming from a good company, and I hated having to give that other company money because of it. But the idea behind it was good, but it needed to be improved upon. And I think what you guys did with that is killer. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about or what Mark's talking about here, essentially it's the U-joint piece right at the shifter.
Hold on, let me grab my demo.
I mean, he's gonna show it, but like this is an audio podcast, but it's the shift. It's the actual U-joint piece. It gets rid of all the bushings in that U-joint piece completely. So I
have my wicked big meat display,
which is cool, but this is an audio podcast, so you need to make sure you're talking about it.
Just use your imagination, listeners, in the future. For the 13 people, shifter, linkage, lower linkage, make a new one of these joints in here. So it's the actual U joint that interfaces from the upper shift rod to the transmission. So if there's any play in there, it's immediately transferred to your shift knob. So if you put it in gear, wiggle it back and forth. 99. I love our shift bushings. They make a decent difference.
A massive difference, but not like that.
This makes a bigger difference.
Yes. Yeah. And so basically, if you want to know if you honestly just if you have a 5-speed or a 6-speed, because you guys make 5-speed ones now too, right? Which is sick. So if you got a 5-speed or a 6-speed, I cannot stress this enough. If you grab onto your shifter and there's just buy this, but if you want to know if you really need it, if you can wiggle your shifter around at all while it's in gear and it feels anywhere remotely like maybe it's in a false neutral, buy this right now. That problem will go away. It is, if you miss a gear with the right pieces in there, that plus the front and rear shifter bushings, it's your fault. It is not the transmission. It's not the bushings. It's your fault.
Yeah, man, like during development, I got everything in my GD and I'm driving around the parking lot of our shop here and I'm just like, holy shit, dude. It's so good. I had Harris ride with him, like, dude, grab my knob quick. Feel how tight that is.
Grab that tight knob, dude.
Yeah. So that was cool. I feel like that was like kind of a hill for us, was like to launch new products as quote unquote new Kartboy.
Yeah.
I feel like we made a decent splash with that because not only do we have the 5-speed,
it's not just new, but it's new exciting product. Okay. Like it's that is something that like everybody can use. It's so hyped about it.
And the other thing we did that was a little bit innovative was like, so 5-speed guys from before 2006, I think. I forget if it's 05 or 06. U-joint and the clevis are riveted together.
Yes.
So like for your bug eye, when it still had the 5-speed, it's riveted. Yep. So in theory, you can grind out the rivet, put a bolt.
It's a pain in the ass.
Like,
it doesn't
not
work.
Everyone wants to do that. So we actually reverse engineered, designed, and manufactured a stainless clevis. So if you don't want to have to order the whole thing from Subaru to take it apart and put poly bushings in it, or you use our U-joint,
just order the whole damn thing.
Buy the clevis from us.
Yep.
Buy the U-joint from us, and you got new parts in stainless, so you'll never have to worry about it. Away you go.
Yes. And again, just makes life super simple. The other thing I was really excited to hear about, and I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, is the return of the tall boy, baby. Oh my God. Man. The greatest shifter you can buy for your Subaru, period. And it only existed for the 6-speed for the longest time, was the Kartboy tall boy. I've known guys with extraordinarily fancy ass $1,000 short shifty dealies who have tossed those out to go back to a Kartboy Tallboy. Okay. The best, period. It actually raises the knob up a little bit. It's not much, but the throw is still shorter. It puts the knob at the perfect spot. But that's sick. Very hyped about that. Those are coming back. But you also are then making 5-speed ones?
Yeah. So we're doing a full, I mean, this is probably like the one product leak I'll share. We actually got the feedback from people at Superfest Midwest last year, like, hey, this is great and everything, but like, what about those 5-speed dudes? So we have a full line of tall boys coming next couple weeks. I can't remember if they're getting welded right now, or they are welded, or they're on the schedule, whatever. But yeah, so all 4 of our 5 speeds and our STI we'll have tall boy options available. So to your point, the standard STI short shifter, to give people a little bit of flavor, I forget how many inches it's shorter, like it's physically shorter.
Yes.
And the short shifter geometry on the bottom. The tall boy is the same short shift geometry on the bottom, but the knob height is actually almost the same as stock. So I think it's a little bit less than stock, but it's really close.
It is a hair taller, and I will fight you.
I don't remember. I have them over there. I don't remember.
Either way, you're not dropping the knob, so it's not further away.
Yes.
For track nut jobs like myself, maybe if you're drag racing the shorter one, or maybe for some street cars, maybe that's like the vibe you want. The shorter one, in theory, the throw should be slightly shorter. But if you're constantly reaching from the steering wheel to the shifter, I want that to be closer. And the tall boy does that. The tall boy is so good. It's
I'm
so good.
I'm not throwing shade at anybody. I'm not throwing shade. I'm not going to do that. It's just differentiation in design ideas, right? Like, we don't do the clamped centerpiece.
No.
Like some other people out, whatever, Cobb and Grimsby, they make the clamp billet piece that you can adjust, right?
Sure. And
we kind of just did the work for you. And if that's the product you choose, good for you. I'm all about the rising tide raises all ships to the most part, whatever. But like, example on a track, if you can eliminate a point of failure,
I agree. Not only are you eliminating a point of failure, a lot of people have an issue getting that adjusted in a way that makes sense for them. And so they're constantly messing with that. And like, I gotta be real, that the tall boy is exactly where you would want it. Just get to driving.
It's like the average consumer. I'll use this as a kind of comparison. The average consumer, if they go out and buy a set of KWs for their daily driver, and now they have high speed, low speed compression, high speed, low speed rebound.
What am I doing?
The chances of them getting that right are very low.
Very, very low. No, that's not to say that maybe
I don't know what to do.
Maybe there's some people that setup works great for, and that's great. Maybe the tall boy isn't the product for you, but I'm going to tell you right now, the tall boy is the product for you. Just get a damn tall boy.
I know I need one out of the welding schedule to put my GD, so
like,
trying to get them done.
Yeah, we need to get those 6-speed. You got 6-speed tall boys in stock yet? What's going on?
Couple weeks we'll have them.
Come on, bro. Because I'm waiting to order my entire shift kit for my bug eye. But I want you to have all of it, so I just get all of it at the same time. I already ordered a bunch of rear end stuff.
That is actually funny because it's so nice if your shift setup is complete shit, and then you put all the Kartboy stuff in it and feel it after. You're like, oh my god, so
what was I doing?
Context. If you go on our YouTube channel and watch the 5-speed solid shift joint install, that's my buddy Quinn's. Oh man, what year is it? I forget what year it is. 93 or 96 WRX JDM out of Japan. It was all stock underneath, and we put short shifter, we put the 5-speed pivot bushings in it, we put front rear bushings and the shifter joint in all at once. Except for shifting with my left hand, it was so good. It was so good afterwards. It was pretty fun.
My brother actually just bought a 1996 JDM GF STI wagon. Like literally yesterday he bought it, and that was like the first thing I told him is I'm like, dude, we're doing the whole setup. He's hyped. When I told him they make a tall boy 5-speed, like that's coming, dude. He was gonna crawl right out of his skin. He was so hyped.
Nice. That's sick. Good for him.
Yep.
Good for him. What
Psych.
color?
Black. Dude, it's sick.
Ooh.
Dude, it looks
Ooh.
really good. Serapin Wolf's asking for pics in the chat. I'll try to dig some up after, but it's really good. It's really good. So yeah, and I mean, we talked a lot last time about all the Company 23 stuff. And like you guys have been around a million years, and you know I'm really hyped that Tom isn't going to kill himself trying to keep Kartboy going now. You know what I mean? Like it's not that it wasn't successful. It's at some point you're just running your nuts into the dirt. So,
Yeah, right.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped about all of that. So that's cool. Is there anything new and exciting you can share about Company 23 coming, or is that kind of like just stand by to stand by?
Yeah, I mean, so earlier this year we launched our whole suite of AVCS rebuild tools.
Yep.
Which, dude, the amount of like hours and gray hair I have into that and gears that I went through.
I bet.
Ridiculous, dude, ridiculous. Especially like the exhaust cam gear. There's a lot of shit in that gear to like get it apart. How can we like do this so an enthusiast, like a prosumer almost, can do it in their own shop? Like, yeah, testing that stupid O-ring. Like we tooled up for that. Like we actually tooled up and mold them, and yeah, like, having to test that and the
That's
I don't
brutal.
want to say anxiety, because like we did cross our T's and dot our I's, but like the thoughts of like if something went wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
and you gotta it's a pain in the ass to like, okay, test it. To test it, you got to put the whole thing back together and then run it and make sure it's running and then pull it all back apart. And like, yeah, that's a real pain in the ass. It's not an easy thing to get to.
So far, so good.
That's great. Because honestly, that could save people a lot of cash, because there really wasn't good ways to do it before. And this is a valid option, because I mean, a set of, like, if you got a dual AVCS car and you have a bearing failure, what I do most of the time is sell a all new AVCS gears, you know, because it's just trying to rebuild them before was impossible. So, you know, if I'm talking to somebody who's fairly mechanically inclined, or if it's somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, half the time they aren't having that conversation with me. They have this option now, and it could save you like $1,000.
Yeah, and the big driver for us too is like, we are not. Let's talk about we as the royal we as the team and everything. Like, we're a bunch of enthusiasts just making shit that honestly we want, that then we sell to other people.
Sure.
It's like, so in one of the owners at Company 23, Chad, he went through a really weird phase where he bought a different Subaru, like one a week, and then was like, I want that one, I'll buy that one. And I don't want that one, I want that one. So not to digress, he bought an 04 STI, intended on rebuilding it, found a crazy deal on a VA WRX, intended on driving that, found an even crazier deal on a VA STI. Yeah, bought and sold. He's down to just the VA STI, but he went through the whole rebuild process, and had been a while since he had done it. And he was like, man, like rebuilding one of these, I forgot how expensive it is.
It adds up really fast.
Yeah, and it's crazy, especially if you're paying a shop to do it. Like, it's having to pay labor is crazy. And then what we kind of discovered as we went through these gears, and I had some gnarly gears. Like, I had gears where the oil wasn't there. Like, they had everything else in the engine was piston McNuggets, and the gear was like physically here. But an interesting thing was that, like, I've been through so many gears, it was like 80 or 90%, maybe even 95% were completely fine if you had just cleaned out the innards. Like, there was metal shavings in the inside, but there was nothing wrong with the gear. Now, there were 5 or 10% or whatever that like were completely trashed. As soon as you took them apart, you're like, that can't work ever again. That's a whole different ball game. But like, being able to, like, I forget what the total price is right now, like between $200 and $300. I think if you buy all the tools and the seals, you can go do that. Do it at home, which is kind of like what the Subaru community was founded on back in the day with Naziak. Was like, how can I figure out how to do that? How does this work? How can I do it myself? How can I save some money and be just as good? So to do that with the cam gears and kind of bring that back, like, if we can save the average enthusiast $500, $600,
exactly,
like, that's a lot of money to me.
And then
That's a
they
lot
can
of
buy
money
a
to
tall
the
boy
average Joe.
with some shift bushings and but
Right.
even so a lot of times most of the Subaru shops have piles of the Company 23 tools. You'd have a lot of Subaru shops who offered the ability to rebuild the cam gears, and then they stopped doing it because it was like a 50-50 shot because of the stuff they were putting in. It just didn't work. Now you guys have a much better option for that, and that's a really good way of, like, you know, it, especially for like a daily driver Subaru or something like that. They're trying to just keep it as cheap as possible. It's worth it for them to go that route, especially if they catch it before it. How did you put that? Piston McNuggets.
Yeah. The two kind of pitfalls that we identified, like when we did all the background research and everything, were the seal. So a lot of shops would like keep old cam gears, take them apart, and hopefully the seal was reusable and not crushed, and flip a coin if it was or not. But they would take your gears, kind of, you know, play mix and match with seals. Hopefully it worked. And the other thing was the alignment of the rotor to the rear housing. So like you can use the camshaft. Is it 50-50 if you get it just right? Yeah.
And that's what was happening.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't know everything's fine until you get a correlation code, because the rotor's trying to spin, but it's not in the position that your ECU thinks it should be.
And it's pissed.
And it goes, I have a problem. So yeah, I mean, a lot of work went into those things. So now it's been 4 months-ish.
That's pretty sick.
And I knock on wood, dude. I'm gonna knock on wood real hard. I haven't gotten one customer email that they did it all and still got a code afterwards. So I'm knocking real hard on my wood wall right now, but so far, so good.
Sick. And that's the sort of stuff. Not only that, we're going to need that for the future, because I got to be real. EJ stuff is going to get harder and harder to come across. And like, we are going to have to start rebuilding things. So like, we're going to need that stuff. You know, what used to be throwaway items are no longer throwaway items anymore. You have to like start keeping all of it. So
yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this cam gear. Like, to just throw it away. I'm like, it's kind of wasteful. That was the other big driver. Was like, you should use this. Like, you don't have to throw it in the
exactly.
I'm not like a greenie or anything, but I'm like, you're wasting money. You're wasting, like, you don't need the new one.
I agree. It's just, if you don't have to waste, why wouldn't you? You know, even if you go buy new ones and then rebuild your old ones as spares, it's worth it.
Totally.
Yep. So,
yeah. So my boss's 04 had them in it. His 16 have them in it. Like, when this thing blows up, it's got like a brand new engine in it. So hopefully not anytime soon. But when it happens, I'll do them in that one. Like,
it's gonna happen.
Do my own cars. Yeah. And that's not time. We'll talk about that later.
So,
all right. Let's do it. Should we talk about Donut?
Well, we kind of have to, dude. So that's where I was going to try to transition into. So the community at large was pretty pissed off about how Donut went about their high-low series with their WRXs a few years back. We got to be real, like, it was a disaster. Just straight up, some of the stuff they were doing, things they were doing, like recording and showing, were just awful. You could really tell it wasn't, they did not ask people from the community. This was not a community. If they would have talked to Subaru community people, the approach would have been drastically different. I'm not saying there wasn't some good info there, and it's cool anytime you get to see Subarus do stuff, especially on like super large YouTube channels like that. That was pretty cool. But like there was a lot of damage that came from that, because they just kept repeatedly breaking crap for stupid reasons. And we're all screaming, the entire community, all of us were going, for fuck's sakes, let us help you. Like, this is so hard to watch. And then you have all of the all-wheel drive army assholes coming out of the woodwork going, oh, I told you Subarus are trash. And we're just like, oh my God, it was the worst. So,
oh man,
out of nowhere, I see this thing pop up in my YouTube feed like 2 days ago, where they're taking what I think was High Car, Okay, they're taking all
Those
the
high
guts
car.
out of high car, which was the nice one, and throwing it into a GF wagon. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. But then who I see on the like listed to be there were community members. It was Tanner, so Smeedia. It was you, and there were a couple other dudes there. But when I saw you and
Matt.
Tanner, Bucky was also there.
Got Bucky to show up, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. All right.
Dude.
So the story goes back a couple
Yeah.
years.
That's what I was like. Where did this start? Did they come to you? They're like, we want to do Subarus, but we don't want to fuck it up. Like, where did this come from?
Yeah, so to go back to the beginning. So I live in the Twin Cities in Minnesota.
Sure.
And about 3 hours south of me is Off the Line Performance in Des Moines, Iowa, right? So I got to know them over the last couple years, and for the past couple years, every like May, they had their big like year party bash thing. They would invite everybody from the community. They'll come down, and basically they would just like have a bunch of drinks, have a bunch of food, and drift around the parking lot. And it was a great old time. So in 2024, I went down there. I was still working full time in corporate America. I didn't know anybody other than like Grayson, and I knew Justin, who was there at the time. And out of nowhere, Justin Freeman from Donut's there. And I'm like, holy shit, you're Justin from Donut. Like, what's up, man? So I introduced myself. Like, he was familiar with Company 23. And we like chatted a little bit, whatever, didn't keep in contact or anything, whatever. So fast forward to 2025, I had gotten to know Tanner pretty well through supporting his channel and just being a fanboy forever. I've watched his shit since 2019. Like,
yeah.
Whatever. I've been a Smeedia fanboy since like he sold his fucking house to like do this shit, right? So I convinced Tanner, I'm like, bro, you gotta come to Iowa. Like, it's fun. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, just come to Iowa. He's like, all right, fine. So him and his fiance now, Melanie, drove from Seattle to Iowa for like 36 hours and then drove back, which is insane. But that's his story. He can tell that one. But while we're there, like Tanner and I like, it was like the instant friendship. Like, we're just buddies, like right away. We're giving each other such a hard time. He met Justin. I got to see Justin again. Just whatever, like, didn't really think much of it. Like, Justin and I were friendly, but didn't really know each other, so to speak. But dude, Tanner and I talk like every day, sometimes twice a day. But anyway, so yeah, you're right with the whole high-low series in 2022, like height of COVID. Everyone's shitting on Donut. Like, oh, I don't know anything about that. I remember all that. So anyway, Tanner calls me in like March, and he's like, hey, you want to be on Donut? And I'm like, what the hell you mean Donut? Like Donut? Like Donut Media? He's like, yeah, Justin just called me. They're going to do this build. They invited me. Do you want to go too? And I'm like, that sounds completely out of left field and way too good to be true. But dude, I'm in.
Yeah, hell yeah,
and
dude.
He's like, all right. He's like, you're really in, right? Because like, if you don't go, I'm not going to go. And I'm like, if you don't go, I'm not going to go. And I'm like, by the way, like, it's going to be sick. And he's like, I'm going to bring Matt too. I'm like, okay, cool. So it was literally like that surface level.
That's good.
Then next thing we know, we got added to like an Instagram chat with the producer, Danny, who is amazing, by the way. Some of the other directors like Pablo, Scolo's one of the camera dude, like awesome people, right? So anyway, we're like in a group chat and we're like, hey, we're flying in this day. And they're like, great. And we're like, is it that simple? Like, you guys are like 10 million subs on YouTube. Like, it can't be this simple, right? Like, it has to be formal and like approved or whatever. And they're like, yeah, sounds good. See you then. And we're like, okay. So we booked our plane tickets. I booked an Airbnb in Inglewood, which hindsight being 2020, bad idea.
Yeah.
I ran it up the food chain with Company 23 and Kartboy guys. I'm like, hey, like, I got a chance to be on Donut. Justin had sent us pictures of the wagon. Like, it was it was literally a shell with like rear suspension in it.
Sure.
And they're like, that's a great idea. Yep. Have fun. And we're like, okay, cool. And then I started looking at the schedule and I'm like, this is like the week before Wicked Big Meat.
Oh.
And like somebody put in the comments a little bit ago, they're like, oh, like, how is it flying in for shows and stuff? The flying in is the easy part. The flying in and the show is fun and exciting and everything. The prep work before it is months of like, what inventory do we need to bring? Where's it going? Who's got the tents? Who's got this? Who's got this? Who's doing shirts? Where do giveaway stuff? That's a whole other kettle of fish we'll get to. But anyway, I'm looking at the schedule and like I love my wife. She's the best. I was like, hey, dear, you're 32 weeks pregnant and we have a 3-year-old at home. I'm going to be gone for like 9 days. And she's like, you're not going to be able to do this when baby number 2 shows up. So have fun. And I'm like, God, I love you so much. Bye. So anyway, we booked our tickets. Like, and the thing that doesn't really come across in the episode is like, I had met Tanner once before in person before we landed at LAX.
Yeah.
I had actually never met Matt in person. And it was like one of those things that's hard to describe. Like, as soon as we got together, dude, I haven't laughed that much in so long. Like, just the, like, we just gelled and like, we're giving each other shit. We're laughing. We're having a great old time. Before anybody asked, like, Donut didn't pay us. Donut didn't compensate us at all. Like, we were on our own dime. We were like doing it for the love of the game and the marketing and all that stuff. And we were just like, holy shit, we're gonna be on Donut. So fast forward to the Airbnb. I had like booked an Airbnb, like whatever. It looked like a really nice house. It was a couple miles down the road from the shop, but it was in Inglewood. So we get there at Airbnb and we're like, there's like bars on the windows, like one street over there's like dudes doing crack, and like we're like, holy shit. So like we were so weirded out right away. So like we drove an hour to go get dinner, so we're not worried about getting shot or anything.
Yeah.
Go back to the Airbnb, and like our marketing guy was in town for a different thing, and we ended up like filming another podcast with him at the Airbnb. And the whole time me, Tanner, and Matt are like, yo, do we stay here? Or should we like go somewhere else? Like, what do we do? And like, we kind of got to the point where we're like, it can't be that bad. Like, this place is great reviews on Airbnb. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Woke up the next morning at like 7. Tanner's like, yo, did you guys hear the gunshots last night? And we're like, are you sure there were gunshots? And Tanner was like, dude, I've been overseas in the military before. I know what a gunshot sounds like. And we're like, shit. So we packed our shit back in the rental car, had nowhere to stay, head to Donut. And the whole time, this is like Monday morning, the whole time we're like, we have no idea what to expect. We know Justin a little bit. We have no idea who else we're going to meet there. We've seen all the stuff online of like, Donut sucks this, Donut sucks that.
Sure.
They don't know what they're doing or whatever. Dude, the second we opened the door, all that went away. Everybody at Donut is an angel. They welcomed us with open arms. They were like,
awesome.
You're part of our family. Everybody was incredible. So like, no, they're not Subaru people. And we got off the plane on Sunday.
This is something that like, that's the vibe I got out of this too when I watched that. It isn't that they're idiots. It's they're not Subaru people. They were just not.
Exactly.
There was like a base level of knowledge that they didn't have for those vehicles, and they were getting burned like our entire community was getting burned in 02. Okay, like
totally.
You guys are making the easiest mistakes here that like we would be more than happy as a community to help you. That's why I was so hyped to see you guys a part of it. I don't think they're morons.
Yes.
I think
and
they
we'll
should have brought people in.
Like, dude, we got off the plane and Tanner and Matt's flight and my flight almost landed at the same time. So we're riding the bus to the car and a place together. Tanner was hot. He's like, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna tell them everything they did wrong, that they're a bunch of idiots. I'm gonna question them on everything. And Matt and I are like, yeah, dude, that's
dude, we got you. Just get him all turned up
there. Yeah, so we show up Monday morning and like their facility is amazing and everybody's welcoming us and they're like so excited to see us, and we're like, this is not what we thought.
Yeah,
you guys were gonna be like they were like
super cool,
pumped to see us. They like, here's the food, like here they fed us, they gave us whatever we needed, and we're just like, okay, because we weren't sure like if we were gonna be on camera and they were gonna be like, say this or say this, you know, like we thought like everybody loves old Top Gear. Old Top Gear had a decent amount of stuff that was like producer prompt or scripted, or like they planned it out, right? We planned none of that at Donut, dude, not one thing. So like we got there Monday, like introduced us, gave us the tour, showed us where the bathroom was, all that stuff. And we're like, cool. And they took us in the shop. They're like, here's tools. Here's cars. Can you guys move? Because Adam and Justin are about to film the intro. And we're like no prompting, no nothing.
This is happening.
Adam and Justin, like, yeah, they were like, let her eat. So Adam and Justin like did their little intro, and they were like, have at it, boys. And we're like, okay. So, dude, we grabbed tools. Me, Matt, and Tanner had that wagon ripped down in like a couple hours. And Adam in the video is like, these dudes are like ants. Like they're just on a carcass, like ripping it apart. They actually asked us to slow down because Tanner, me, and Matt were like, we're going to drive this thing. And all right. So also to set the stage too, we got in there Sunday evening. We got to Donut like midday Monday. Tanner, myself, and Matt flew out early on Thursday morning. So to give you an idea, we were there like half of Monday, all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. So all the footage that's in there, it's like 25 or 26 minutes. It was like 2 days and a little bit extra on Monday.
Okay.
So, dude, it was awesome. I won't even downplay like it was. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Seraph and Wolf, dude, the silverfish were hilarious. We literally took that back seat out and I was like, oh, a bug. And Matt lost it.
Well, so did Tanner. Tanner's like, well, I think my favorite part of that whole video, though, was Tanner started messing with the wiring in the front of the WRX.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts pulling out wiring and he's like, who did this wiring? I want names. And I'm like, oh my God. It was so good.
Job and Jeremiah.
Yep.
That was the other funny thing, too. So, like, there was a bunch of stuff. Let me back the bus up for 1 second.
Sure.
So the whole community questioned every part that they picked, right?
Yeah.
So over one of the lunches, Adam Kanapik, who's also a legend, like him and Justin are amazing. Adam's like, dude, I'm in charge of ordering all the parts. What's your problem, Tanner? And I have a 10-minute video on my phone of Tanner going, why'd you pick that? Why'd you pick that? Why'd you pick that? And Adam had a response, everything. He had invoices. He showed us the order forms and stuff. And we're like, by the end of it, we're like, oh, that actually all made sense. And you guys weren't lying. And they were like, yeah, man, honestly, a lot of the stuff was down to two things: bad luck and production schedules.
Yep.
So we actually, like, after filming every day, we went back to the Airbnb, like got dinner, and we went back and watched all the episodes of High Low from when they built the car from 2022, so that we knew what was what had to go where. Like we knew the wiring was gonna like we knew the wiring was a mess. We didn't know it was that bad. Like that wasn't scripted. Tanner actually was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like, that's when I just started laughing.
It's so
dude.
good.
Like that's so.
And Tanner freaking out about the silverfish was legit too, right?
Yeah, dude. I can't stress this enough. Like me, Tanner, and Matt, we had mics under our shirt the whole time or whatever.
Yeah.
We basically forgot the cameras were there. Everything was organic.
It's so good.
Dude, it was so fun because Pablo and Scola were like the main cameraman, and they were amazing. They just kind of lurked around and filmed. Justin, myself, Tanner, Matt, and Adam, it was just like 5 buddies working on cars. Like we all got along super well.
That's awesome.
We laughed at everything. What's not shown in the video is like we drained the fuel out of the GD by unplugging the return line and letting it idle.
Yeah.
So we let the thing, it was full of gas, dude. It was full of E85.
Okay.
And it idled for like 10 or 15 minutes before all the gas was out. So it was hot. And then they're like, all right, we got to take the radiator out. And I'm like, Tanner, that's a horrible idea. This thing is screaming hot. And he's like, oh, don't be a little baby. It'll be fine. It'll be whatever. Like I've done worse. I'm like,
yeah,
stand back.
That literally sounds like Tanner saying it too. You've got Tannerisms down.
I'm like, I'm gonna stand over there. You guys do you. Tanner, I'll do it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I stand back and I tell the camera, I'm like, dude, this is a bad idea. And Tanner pulls the petcock off the radiator, and all the hot coolant just blasts Justin right in the chest. And Justin got soaked with burning hot coolant and was like, obviously it didn't make the cut, but yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The whole thing, like, everyone's like, dude, nothing was scripted. Everything was super organic. And they were very transparent with us. Like the two things we really questioned them on were like, how did you spend $12,000 for a 6-speed swap, right? Like they put it in, it's like $12,000. They explained it all. And then what you have to remember about Donut is like for Kartboy, we sell products, right? Like we sell the physical goods. So we need your review. We need everything. Donut sells eyeballs and clicks and views and production value. That's their business model. They want you watching it So the fact that everybody is like scolding Donut for like not picking the right parts or whatever, that's a lot of eyes. Everybody's talking about Donut. Like, yeah, it's maybe in a negative light, but it's not all bad for them because they have to keep production value, production quality of vehicles. They have to hit their timelines and schedules and postings. Like when big companies come in and sponsor build series or whatever, they have a schedule they have to keep to, and they like have a point. It's a big business, right? Like it's a big thing. And so like the Subaru episode, for example, we were watching it back at the Airbnb, and they like found a little bit of glitter in the oil right before they like went to a track day or something. And they swapped the engines on both cars, like no question, just swapped them. And Tanner and I are like, dude, if we had that little bit of glitter, we would have sent it. Like whatever, it happens.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we don't think you understand. Adam's like, let's say it is fine. Great. We hit our production schedule. Let's say it's not fine. And we go to the track and we burn 2 weeks of going there and filming and whatever and coming back. And we can't do that. Like we have to know that it's going to be okay. So every engine replacement that they had in the series wasn't necessarily needed, right? But it was more like, we have to hit the deadline for the sponsor. We have to do X, Y, Z. So we need to know it's good when we load it in the trailer and go to the track.
Brutal.
Totally get it. But at the same time, this was all going on, and I forget who it was at Donuts. Somebody was like, it's hilarious that we've been through like 6 engines or whatever the number was at the time, and a producer and an editor who I'm not sure are there anymore, like kind of latched onto it as kind of like shock and awe and clickbait. And from that perspective, it worked.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely got views. And like, look, the on the other side of YouTube, so when you're clicking on something and watching it, it doesn't matter if you're mad, if you're watching it pissed off, if it makes you happy or whatever. It just cares that you're watching it. So like if rage bait is what's getting it done, it is what it is.
Yeah. So it's almost too like from where I sit, for Kartboy and Co23, our customer is the end user. So it's 15 people in the chat here, or it's you, or it's Joe with a WRX, whatever.
Sure.
It's almost like Donut's main customer is the YouTube algorithm.
It is.
So they're always trying to hit a moving target, right?
Yep.
Because it doesn't matter if the Subaru community is talking shit about high-low, if they can go to their main sponsor, whoever, let's say it's Allstate, and they're like, Allstate, we had 50 million views and 47,000 comments. Allstate's gonna be like, that's a lot of eyeballs.
And that's all they care in the bottom of that. They don't even care if it's positive or negative. They just care that it's the number. When you go to these large companies like that, the people who are on the other side writing the check, all they're looking at is the bottom line. How many views, how many comments, yada, yada, yada. That's all they really give a shit about. We see that all the time in racing and like sponsorship and stuff like that. That's like, it once you learn to play that game a little better, it actually becomes a little easier to get sponsorship.
And that was another thing they like actually stressed to us, right? Because we were only there for 2.5 days. I probably said that like 10 times now, but they're like, Matt, Tanner and I showed up and we're like, we're gonna build the best car we can. And Tanner's been building the coupe, right? So his like build standard quality is like here. He wants it to be perfect.
Yeah.
And Justin and the Donut team are like, you got to remember, it's like production quality. And we're like, what does that mean? And they're like, it's got to be together. And we're like, what? They're like, it's just got to go together. And we're like, okay. So like, for example, everybody knows like the rear shocks on the wagon, the coils from the GD don't bolt up.
No.
Like one of them is a little bit more offset. So they were filming us and they're like, all right. And Tanner's like, all right, we got to like notch one of the, also back the bus up. Full credit to Tanner. Without him being there, we're not done in 2.5 days. Like that dude knows his, obviously
he knows his way through shit. Yep.
I'll fluff him up for a little bit. He knows his shit. And when we started the project, Tanner's like, we're going to have this roadblock, this roadblock, this roadblock. And Donut's like, okay, cool. We're going to turn that into drama and be like, we didn't know this. And we didn't. Tanner's like, hold on. You can't do that because people are going to think I don't know my shit. And they're like, no, it'll be fine. And it all got cut anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But Tanner was like, all right, I'm not gonna oval those holes. We're like, why? He's like, if somebody from the first gen and present community is gonna like be like, I can't believe Tanner would cut up a clean chassis. And I'm like, give me the Dremel, I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I cut him out, but it like, yeah, like the holes were not perfect, but the coilovers bolted in. And at the end of the day, that's what Donut wanted. So like when Tanner, Matt, and myself finally like realized that, everyone in the comments is like, I can't believe they hacked up the firewall. I'm like, we needed a hole. There wasn't a hole. We made a hole.
Things
Like,
had to
no,
happen.
it's
It
not
is what it
perfect.
is. I got to be real. Like,
Dude, it's
I
stupid.
tend to sit on that. I tend to operate on that sort of level most of the time, which drives Dylan absolutely crazy. But like,
Yeah.
it's what I'm trying to not do with my bug eye. But like, sometimes when you're building stuff, you got to do things. You know, it just
Yep.
if there needs to
Yeah,
be a
it's
hole,
nice.
you got to put a hole.
Mhm. So like,
Dylan, don't even get me started. Sometimes there's holes where there shouldn't be, like your gas tank.
no, we didn't swap the top hats, so the adjustment's just not the right angle. It's not straight, but it didn't care.
Yeah,
Like, it
it's fine.
works.
Does the job.
So
They can fix it
yeah,
later.
it was so fun. Like we worked our butts off. We worked like dogs, but like everybody was. I can't stress this enough. Like Donut, no one at Donut is a bad person. So when all that drama happens with Pumphrey and Big Time leaving and all that stuff, I don't feel like that was like there's a lot of anger directed at Donut. And then, if something happens, there's always three sides of the story, right? Your
Absolutely.
side, and the truth somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
So everybody gets Pumphrey's side, and everybody gets Joby and Jeremiah and Big Time side. Like Donut has their side, and to hear it from their perspective, it's kind of eye opening. And you're like, I feel like the anger and everything wasn't necessarily warranted at them. Like,
I mean, I don't think
I don't know.
things change. You know what I mean? And like
Mhm.
stuff that was just homies hanging out starts to become a business. It's also one of those things that if you it's real hard to turn your hobby into a job and it not kind of soil the hobby a little bit. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Totally.
the balance is hard, is all I'm trying to get at. So I could totally see on their end where, like, it changed and like it wasn't like it was, and that balance is hard. But you're also right too. There's basically three versions of every story. You know, both sides and the truth in the middle. But Donut really didn't have the opportunity to say, well, this is kind of our side. Not only that, I don't think the community would have been willing to hear some of that, you know, because I'm sure some of it is a lot of business talk because it is a business. And
Yeah.
you know, that's it. While that sucks, I also think some of these voices that are out there are seeing the other side of it also and have started to maybe understand a little bit more of where their original company came from, whether it be Hoonigan, Donut, whatever, you know, why things were the way they were, even though maybe they didn't understand it.
Yeah, and it's everybody needs to remember to like Donut is owned by a private equity group, and like they're a big group. So for them to like come out and air their dirty laundry or grievances or whatever, it's just not something that they did.
Yeah.
Like they're very professional in that regard, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, like they're a business, like they got to make money. They hired new hosts, the front men, whatever. Like keeps on going, and they still have 10 million subs and all that stuff. And it's a business, right?
It is. In the end of the day, it is a business, and they have to chase the algorithm. They have to chase timing and all of that stuff. It is what they have to do to be successful. You know, we all want to believe it's all kumbaya, but it's just not. Like that is new media now. So,
and it's really interesting to talk to some of the people out there because, like I said, like obviously, IAG and Kartboy, you sell products, right?
Sure.
Like you sell something to somebody. Donut's constantly chasing the algorithm, which is constantly changing. Right.
Yes.
So Big Brother YouTube could literally tomorrow and be like, hey, we're gonna change all the stuff about how you get paid and who sees what or whatever.
Do that, or turn around and then go, we decided that performance automotive is considered dangerous, so we're gonna bury you in the algorithm now. you know.
Like, not saying that's gonna happen, but it could.
It absolutely
If
could.
you're
And that could be,
go away
they
tomorrow.
have the ability within their bylaws to change whatever they want and how that works. So, and to YouTube's defense, they didn't tell you to do this for a job. So,
And the other example I can kind of use as a reference point is that before I worked for Kartboy and Company 23, I was an employee of the 3M company here in St. Paul, Minnesota, right?
sure.
Like $45 billion a year, publicly traded.
Yeah, this is huge.
Gigantic.
3M's
It's like
massive.
80,000 people. If you wanted to do anything that was publicly facing, whether it was like go visit a customer or a social media post or anything that anyone could ever possibly construe as being a representative of the company, dude, you had to jump through like 50,000 hoops. Like by the time you actually got to the end, it was like 6 months. And you're like,
What's the point?
well, I wasted all my time, right? Now, flip side of that, for let's say for Company 23, I have access to our Instagram page. I could go post my political views tomorrow.
Yes.
No one's gonna stop me, right? I have the keys to the kingdom, so to speak.
Yeah.
Donut is closer to being the 3M company than it is Kartboy.
They have to
Dude,
be.
it's like, I forget how many employees they have, but they said at their peak it was like 50. Don't quote me on that. 50, 60. It was a lot. Like it's editors, idea people, producers, directors. Like it's very Hollywood.
Yep.
To the point where like they fed us lunch every day because we were there for a certain number of hours and we were treated as like a production crew member. And if you're there so many, like there's a bunch of Hollywood rules, like they have to feed you every so many hours, which is crazy. But like, let's say Justin or Adam have a video idea. They can't just make it. They have to like jump through hoops with it and get approvals and all that stuff. So the fact that this Subaru video got made is incredible.
Yeah.
And the fact that they actually like, so when everyone's hating on Donut, let's take a step back here and look at the big picture. Like they brought in outsiders who were like featured prominently in the video. If you go back and watch like Jimmy's Honda video or other recent videos, there are guests there helping, but they're not like speaking, they're not explaining, it's the hosts.
Yeah.
And then they're just kind
And
of
they're also
there.
most of those people are extremely known quantities. And let's be real, you guys weren't. And Tanner was very, very outspoken about how much they screwed up on their last, like more so than even I was. And so like you're basically bringing in a hostile guest and saying, party, we're gonna film you. That is actually really amazing if you look at it through that lens.
So to give you another idea, like we got there and we're just ripping it apart. We're talking to the camera. Obviously, I'm the social media dude for Kartboy Company 23. Tanner does his thing. Matt does his thing. Dude, we're just like letting read. We're like, hey, camera, come here, check this. Da, 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 da. And they're like, the director and the other cameraman, I don't know if they had done much research on us or like knew who we were. Like Justin obviously did, the producer obviously did, but they pulled us aside and they're like, you guys like do this? And we're like, yeah, like we talk to cameras all the time, man. Come here, check this out, check this out. So like it got to the point where the director Pablo was like, I'm not gonna see you guys just do your thing, man. We're just gonna like stick cameras places and like you do you.
Yep.
Like honestly, I was surprised by how much we were all featured. And the other funny thing is like I flew on a plane to Southern California with a shifter in my carry-on. Like I was a little like I got stopped at security. They're like,
what is this?
I'm like, it's a short shifter for a Subaru. And the guy's like, I love Subarus. I'm like, cool. Like this could be a weapon if I really wanted it to be. Thank you though.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I got there and like I went to Donut and I really wanted to do like some product placement. Obviously the video has 600,000+ views in 2 days now, which is nuts. But I got there and I was like, hey man, like I did bring a shifter if you guys want to like upgrade your car. And they were like, yeah, you guys can't, like, it's probably a good thing they didn't pay us because we had nothing to answer to. We weren't worried about pissing them off. We just,
you guys just ripped,
dude.
Yep.
We had no paycheck we were worried about getting. We're there for free.
Yep.
So I like told them and they're like, dude, get everything you can. Get all the products you can. Like, we'll put it all on. We'll show it in the video. And I'm like, no way. So I called HQ like Monday night and I'm like, Steve, I need everything for an 06 WRX. I need it overnight.
Now!
I need it now. And they're like, you got it. So like shift joint was featured in the video. Dude, it got shifter bushings, it got end links, it got hangers, it got everything. Shipped it overnight red to donut. And yeah, let me throw it on. Smeedia's in the comments. Can we like bring him up here too?
Yeah, we could bring Tanner in if he's got a hot second.
Bring him on the stage so we can yell at each other.
I love it.
Dude, the thing I'm so happy made the edit was when me and Matt were struggling with the front bumper on the GF. That was not scripted. And dude, I still laugh at that shit all the time. It was so funny.
Actually, I gotta be. Oh no, he's back.
What's up, dude?
Hi.
Hey, Tanner.
What is up?
Hi.
I told the whole donut story, dude. Bro, we're done now.
Oh, nice.
Let's see.
I'm wearing my donut shirt today.
Oh, look at you. Awesome.
Yeah, dude. So basically, I just told him how awesome donut was, and Adam had answers for all of our questions on why did stuff cost this much? Why did you do that? I don't
still
know.
think
You wanna
Adam
tell your
could've done
side of the
it better.
donut story? Oh, totally. But just to catch the listeners up from Adam's perspective. So they in the video, they're like $12,000 transmission swap versus whatever, 4,000. And Adam's like, look, man, I had to get a 6-speed swap. I needed to hear like in a couple days. I had to I don't remember if he said he had to buy it on eBay or he wanted to buy it on eBay.
No, he bought it on Marketplace.
He bought it on eBay. No,
No,
you
he
showed
bought
him
it
on
on
Marketplace.
Marketplace because I was giving him shit about it because I hopped on Marketplace. I was like, Adam, I found like 5 of them for like $2,000.
Yeah.
But he
So
needed
he,
it in like 2
bought it.
days.
He
So
bought drive shaft, he bought axles, he brought all this stuff and like expedited it, and it was super expensive right during COVID. So he like showed us the invoice and we're like, that is a lot of money, but you did actually spend that. So,
not that you should have, but I get it. You know.
mhm.
And again, a lot of that is their production style. They're kind of held to that, you know. So
Yeah, they have to put out content certain days
Yep.
because of sponsors. They're a slave to the algorithm. So like if something is really expensive, if they have to expedite it or whatever, they do it. But then they go, actually, we had to pay $12,000 for that, even though like I could go get one on Marketplace for $3,000.
sure.
It doesn't sound as good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They're-
Whatever.
I won't say they like lie, but they definitely take some like production liberties when it comes to like
It's
building up the
exaggerated.
video.
It's
Well,
just
it
exaggerated.
has to be. Again, and I'm sure you understand this, you know, as much as anybody else, Tanner, that you kind of, their job is solely to chase an algorithm. Like your job
Yeah.
is, you know, it's a little more 50-50 because you're working on cars and stuff like that. But even that, with your YouTube channel, you have to chase an algorithm to a certain degree. Their entire existence of the people under them exists solely on that algorithm. You don't have to do that anywhere near to the level they
I
do.
mean, for what I do, I don't really care about the algorithm. I just
Yeah.
kind of do what I want. I post what I want.
Well, I mean, that's why you
With
don't
them,
have
it's like they have to do
Yeah.
algorithm-based stuff.
but that's also why you don't have 10 million subscribers, you know.
Well, the other thing too to remember, like with Donut Media, they probably don't actually care about pleasing the Subaru community, the Honda community,
No.
or anybody. Their thing is Gen Pop. Like it's the average dude who's gonna be like, "Oh, Mr. Beast's title. I put $50,000 in a $300 car."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, that's crazy, dude."
I don't know. I
Yeah,
dug
Tanner,
it though. I
told
and
the
I
story
think
about the Airbnb too.
Oh, how you booked us in the ghetto
yeah.
and you're trying to get us killed?
It
Yeah, I
sounds
was like,
like the
"Shoot
streets
Canada,
that
dude."
Snoop was talking about back in the 90s, and you booked that spot.
Bro, I literally looked at Mark. I was like, I am not staying here another night. I booked us a new Airbnb in Venice Beach. I was like, we're going to stay somewhere a little bit nicer. I was like, I am not dying in Inglewood.
That's too
Hey,
funny.
to be fair, the interior pictures of that house,
There were
Yeah.
bars on the window, Mark.
they don't show that in the pictures.
It's so good.
We were fine.
There
We
was
were
barbed
fine
wire on the fence.
I like it.
only behind the house.
So
We
you
were good until we saw the couple dudes doing the Fenty flop on that street behind the house at like 7 o'clock at night. We were good till then.
so you
We were like,
basically got an Airbnb in Fallujah.
Yeah, when he got up in the morning and he was like, "Yo, did you hear the gunshots last night?" That's when we were like, "Let's go, let's get out of here."
That's funny.
To be fair, hold on, let me defend myself. We asked the producers of Donut, we're like, "Is this okay to stay here?" And they were like, "It's not so bad around the shop." Turns out, a couple miles down the road is not around the shop. Oops.
Who would have known?
Man.
You're also from
Oh,
Wisconsin, where
weird.
like anything within 50 miles is around something.
Dude, that's the other thing about Donut that I want to tell that story. So like Donut's shop is literally right underneath the final approach to like the main runway of LAX. So like if you stand outside where all those like lifts are,
Yeah.
there's like 747, 787s landing what? Like every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So
it's
we would
nonstop.
literally be like mid blurb to the camera and they'll be like, "Hold on." Ooh.
What a
No,
pain.
stop there.
I wonder how much time, if they were to add it up in dollar amount, that they lose due to that.
Dude, it's literally like the entire time we're there, every 5 minutes or 3 minutes. And
Oh, did you tell him about the bevy?
No, I didn't.
That was the best part, man.
Tell them about the bevy, Tanner.
Bro, they got this. They have like a water display. It's like a water cooler, and you can go up to this water cooler, and it's like connected to Wi-Fi. It's got all this crazy stuff on it. You can get caffeine, electrolytes, all these flavors. The flavors change. I don't understand how the flavors update via Wi-Fi, but they do.
Okay.
You can go to this water cooler like 20 minutes later, and it's got totally different flavors. It's the craziest thing.
And it's
I've
called
never been that well hydrated
Is it
in my
called
life.
a bevy?
Dude, I drink so much water.
Okay.
You can go get like what? Raspberry watermelon carbonated water with caffeine and electrolytes.
Vitamins. Yeah, it's crazy.
Vitamins.
Yeah.
If we drain that thing, man, they have like these metal reusable cups too, and dude, it was awesome.
Sick.
I would get a cup, set it down, it would be gone. I'd just go get a new one.
Yeah. I mean,
And then they have a cleaning lady that comes in every night and washes them.
but again, it probably makes sense on their end, from like a production standpoint and time spent to have a cleaning lady come in. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. When are you getting a cleaning lady, Tanner?
That's me. I mop, I sweep, I wipe the counters down every now and then.
Nice.
Multifaceted out here, dude.
So, nice. So,
Donut was awesome.
I'm going to need to get you on here in the not too distant future, Tanner, but you just, you and my boy Sam just tuned a few of your cars. Oh, look at it.
That one
Yeah.
and that one.
Yeah. I'm hyped, dude.
I did the white one. Sam just assisted me.
Well, that's good. Yeah, Sam's good people, right?
I love Sam.
I'm hyped you two ended up making that connection, and I'm hyped you became an M-Tron fanboy too.
Bro, I love that thing. That is my new favorite ECU.
I told you it's great. It's just
That's my favorite ECU.
it's so
How many
good.
correlation codes have you had?
0.
Imagine that.
We had one check engine light, and that was for an overboost because I forgot to tell Sam that I put a 4-port on the car and he thought it had a 3-port. So it overboosted once, but that was it.
Yeah, you have that.
It happens.
Yeah.
Outside of that, tuning was flawless. We had not a single issue, no mechanical issues, no tuning issue, nothing.
Does it drive nice?
I haven't driven it yet because it's got no seat belts, no brakes, no turn signals.
Okay.
Needs
so
an alignment.
you still got a lot going on. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's tuned. So,
Yeah.
I can sit in the shop and I can play with launch control and I can go out in the street and do rolling anti-lag for fun.
Well, that's fun.
I
Cool.
know you missed like the first half of my spiel about Donut, but what was your favorite part of Donut?
My favorite part of Donut,
Other than the bevy.
honestly, I just liked hanging out with Adam and Justin. They're both hella chill.
It sounds
Mine
like
was
the whole
kind of-
experience was really, really good across the board. I'm just
It
once
was
again,
fun.
I'm hyped that they kind of did listen to like criticism as far as like we need to pull some people from the community to do this. And when
Yeah.
they did, like they got the right guys. Like Like,
It was really funny when we were filming too, because Adam and Justin, they had like an idea of like how to do everything, but they didn't know. So I was just kind of in charge, pointing and like, everybody, you do this, you do that, you do this, I'll do this, just for efficiency, because we only had like 48 hours to swap that car.
yeah.
So it was kind of just like putting people, and they just let me do it too. They just let me.
One of the nice things about this too is it has become a very like I do believe that the piece of media they made is going to be super informative to people who are maybe getting into Subarus and they're a little new. Just how interchangeable the GCGF is from the GD. Like, there's
For the most part, I mean, the worst part about that swap, and I forewarned them about this at the beginning, was the interior, because I wanted to reuse all the GD interior and whatnot. And I was like, the heater core is going to suck to fit. The dash bar is going to suck to fit. Like, the interior stuff is going to be the worst. And Pablo would come up to us because we were doing too much, and he'd be like, "Hey, you gotta give them roadblocks and issues for the video." I was like, "Cool, they can do the interior and all like the little nitty gritty stuff."
I got ya.
Yeah,
I
was like,
I
"I'll give
told
them
the
worst
story.
stuff."
Yep.
I told the story of how at the beginning you were like, you're gonna run into this, and this. And they were like, perfect. When we get there, we can be like, wow, we didn't know.
Dude, I pulled Justin aside because they had filmed this video, because they're like, we brought in Subaru experts, and they filmed it as if like I didn't tell them about these issues that were going to come up. So I'm really glad they cut that out, because I went up to Justin, I was like, dude, you can't put this in the video. Be like, we brought in experts and we had no idea that these issues were going to be there. I was like, bro, you can't put that. I was like, you can't do that.
Yep. But no, I think it came across good, and I think you guys came across looking great. You actually made what, it's not a hyper complex swap, but you guys got a lot done in a very short period of time, and you guys look mad efficient. You guys look like you knew what the hell you were doing. My favorite part of the video, like I was telling him though, was you being pissed about the wiring. Like, I want names. It was so good.
Dude, I told him how we would go back to the Airbnb and we'd watch the old videos at night, so we knew what to prepare for the next day, and we had no idea how bad the wiring was.
Dude, we literally took down the lower dash cover. I look in there, and I'm not even shitting you, probably like 5 to 10 pounds of wiring zip tied to everything you can touch.
Yeah. So
it's funny to watch the video back, because we're like, oh, it's got a DC CD controller, and it's just like thrown behind nothing was hooked up. It was just in there.
Production quality.
Oh, production quality.
Yeah,
that's right.
Production car.
Yep.
Now
you know.
Yep. Yeah. The other funny thing that was, when we got there, was like, we had no idea what to expect with the donut crew or Adam, or even like working with Justin. They didn't know what to expect from us either. So Tanner and I had met. Actually, Matt wasn't there, but Tanner and I had met Justin previously. We had never met Adam.
Yeah.
We had never met Adam. So when we got there, Adam definitely like had his guard up. Like, this is my shop. I am shop daddy. These fucking Subaru boys are not going to come in here and like be dicks or anything like that. But we like walk in, we're like cracking jokes and we're like making fun of each other. And it took Adam about 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden he was like, these guys are cool. They're not assholes. Tanner actually knows what he's talking about. Cool. So he like, after like, I don't know, a couple hours, he like deferred to you. He's like, what should we do next? What should we do this?
Yeah.
And I told this before you got on. I'll say it again so you know I'm not lying. Thanks to you. Without you, we would have been in a different place. You knew exactly what to do when. So kudos to you.
Maybe it might have been more fun to just kind of watch you guys.
We would have needed more.
It might have made a better video.
It might have been more fun to just kind of let you guys go at it.
It would have just been me and Matt fighting with that bumper for 3 days.
Dude, that was my favorite part of the videos, when you and Matt were just trying to take the bumper off that car and you had no idea how.
Yeah, and you're like, why are you taking out the headlight? I was like, oh, this is great.
I'm like, bro, just take out the bolts for the bumper beam and it all comes out.
You watch in the background. When I start laughing, Adam about falls over. He starts laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Dude, it was funny.
They ended up, in the end, the car came out pretty good too. It makes a great little sleeper.
I hate the wheels. I hate the wheels.
The wheel, it does not sit right with that.
Not to use those wheels because he's running 5x100 to 5x114 20mm spacers.
Oh, that's why it sticks out so far.
Really, and the feelies look too good. I told him, take him outside, drag him to the dirt, Make them look gross, then
Yeah.
throw them on.
Yeah.
Didn't he have like 275s he was gonna try to put on him too, but
Yeah.
they're way too wide, so he put like 255s on instead.
But even then, with a GF, there's just no room for that. Like, that car would have been better with like some random 225.
Yeah.
They'll fix it, but I mean, again, production quality, and they got to throw that thing together as fast as they can. Hopefully, it's something they look into later. The car looks a little odd, but like it's, it's all there. It's doing the thing.
And the other thing we touched on that you probably appreciate again was like nothing was scripted, nothing was planned.
No.
So like the silverfish being in there.
Yes.
Who would think that silverfish being in a car would be scripted though? Like,
true, but like you freaking out about it was like
I hate bugs.
Yeah.
I hate bugs.
I love how you hate bugs and live in the Pacific Northwest, which is just like,
dude, the amount of spiders that we have by our house is ungodly right now, and I fear whenever I walk out our front door that I'm gonna get attacked by a random spider.
Okay, good to know.
Don't like them.
Well,
awesome. I gotta be real, guys. This has been sick. Mark, I always love having you on. You're a ton of fun.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I gotta go with you guys, so I love you, and I'll catch you guys later.
Bye, Tanner. Thanks for coming on.
Well, bye.
Yeah, dude, I love having you on, and again, it's awesome to see other people going hard in the community. And I think you've done a great job, especially with all the donut stuff. Like it just being a good positive influence over the entire community. Plus, we're like GD brothers now, so like.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like honestly, it's really kind of a full circle moment for me because I've been into Subaru since 2008 when my buddy took me for GD Bug Eye. So to work in the community and like own part of a company, like all that stuff, I still get up every morning, like excited to go to work. I'm still like,
that's sick.
Like I was at Donut. I'm on the payroll for Kartboy. I'm like, can't believe I'm getting fucking paid.
Yeah. Like, look what I'm messing with, dude. This is sick. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I feel super blessed every day to do what I do. It's super awesome. Like I put my heart and soul. And I'm not gonna get too fucking weepy-eyed on you, but like going to Wicked Big Meat, meeting customers, going to Donut, I'm still like.
Was that your first Wicked Big Meat? That's it. So my first one was in 24. And that was eye-opening. And then this last one was great too. I was just like, holy cow. Like the community vibe was really good this year. It was really good.
It was so cool. It was so cool. So I hit up Dimitri from Prime. We had his 650 horsepower blob eye Pompous Rex in our booth. We had Nav's drag car. And then we had Jason's GM6.
Yes.
Correct. That just got tuned by Junior down at Prime that makes 800 wheel and a GM chassis, which is dumb. And like every single person I met at Wicked Big Meat, I don't even know how many hundreds of thousands or whatever, was amazing. Was super cool. Came by the booth, bought stuff, talked about stuff. Like I don't think I met one dick. I think everybody was cool.
The whole vibe was really great. Even like I've been telling people, the Subaru corporate we're dealing with right now is not the Subaru corporate we were even dealing with a couple years ago. That whole vibe has totally changed. I feel like we're not, as a community, being taken for granted as being enthusiasts because the president of Subaru of America is there doing autocross. Like he was there to party. Okay. And it's like the whole, it really feels like the community is really coming together after a rough time. I think we're about to hit like a golden era number 2 for Subarus. And I've been saying this, you guys, the whole community is excited about the prospect of a new STI and all of this coming, and the Subaru actually kind of getting into enthusiast cars again. Like, dude, I think we're in a really good spot as a community overall, and I'm really hyped. We have guys like you, guys like Tanner. We saw Flatirons Tuning come in here a few seconds ago. Pop it in for a little bit, but like the community stayed here through the ugly stuff, and it's been strong. We even have Will Tune for Tacos in here. He's been building some stuff on his.
Dude.
Yeah. So we got
share taco pics.
we've got like there's lots of the community has changed. And we all like to look back on Nasiak and whatever the old days, but like it's cool to see these old brands being maintained, and like I don't want to call it the new guard, but us hardcore enthusiasts are still around, you know, for a whole different generation, or the same generation is coming back into it, which I've seen a lot lately too.
Totally. And to touch on your point too, like I didn't even get out of the booth at Wicked Big Meat. I think I left for like 5 minutes. Like, you know how that goes. It's a really good problem to have. You're talking to people, selling stuff, whatever.
Yes.
I didn't even know that, was it the CEO of Subaru America, or I don't remember what his title was or whatever. I didn't know he was ripping an S209 at autocross till that night back at the hotel when someone sent me the video. I'm like, I don't think that just happens. And somebody who has that much pull in an organization, like actually doing that, I think it's an indicator of good things to come. So I was around a little bit in the golden era, like at least what I think I would call the golden era. Which
Yeah,
like
you were like in that 08 to 10
2020.
time frame. Like it was going really hard. Okay, so you were the things you were still post Ken Block, but pre like hardcore stance.
Yes.
So like yeah.
I think the craziest generation probably was like 2016, 2020, just because like Cobb came out with flex fuel and kind of the recipes were sussed out. So like, you know, not as well as they are now, but like people were like starting to play with times on drag strips and all that stuff, like with modern technology in quotes. But yeah, man, like it's really cool that like even in my neighborhood, like there's some teenage kids that like I'm friends with their parents or whatever. They live near us. Like they get more excited when I roll through the neighborhood and my GD than they do about neighbors' new Tesla.
Dude, I'm getting that all the time in my bug eye. I went to this last weekend, I went to a Cars and Coffee in Nashville on the 4th. And oh my God, dude, the mix of the crowd of people and how they wanted to talk about my bug eye, and like what they wanted to ask about the bug eye was crazy. But you had like OGs who were like, man, this thing is sick. And then you had these young kids who were just, they were into it. And then you're having conversations. They want to know how to build this, you know, because and it was I think we're in a good spot. We talk about how the aftermarket or just the car community is like broken right now. And to some degrees, I think there are sections of it that are broken, but I don't think it's unhealthy right now. I think some of us old folks need to learn how to talk in a different way. You know, the forums don't exist anymore, and you got to stop crying about it. We now need to, you know, we need to embrace social media in different forms. But it's we're moving in a good direction, dude. And I'm like I said, I'm hyped year round. I think some of the new names within the community, it's awesome. So
yeah, and I mean, to your point too, I know you guys have talked about private equity a million times, but like it's business. It happens. Like
it's gonna,
obviously, like we're not selling Kartboy tomorrow, but like I'm human, dude. If someone came along and offered me like $1 billion,
you'd be crazy if you didn't.
No. I don't fault anybody for that. Like it's business. It happens. It's not personal.
No,
but like it's cool that in 2026, and I'm gonna toot our own horn for a minute here at Kartboy and Co23. Like in 2026, Kartboy, Co23, I'm sure other brands too, but I can't speak for them from the inner sanctum or whatever. Like we're a healthy business. We're growing. We still have new ideas. We're still working on new stuff that's over on that table over there that I can't won't show you. Like we have new stuff to be excited about, and it's to the point where like I'm still excited to do this every day. Like if I wasn't excited about what I'm working on, I'm probably going to go work somewhere else. So innovation is still there. Innovation is still going to happen, and honestly, it's going to happen faster and better than it used to because I have a brand new 3D scanner over here. Like if I need to get geometry off a car or whatever, it takes me 20 minutes. You know, so it's like I have new toys to play with and new CAD software and all that stuff that makes my job easier. So like if you want something crazy, it's way easier to do it now than it was in 2008, 2010.
And that's another thing too. Like we're constantly innovating stuff here at IAG the same way. We have so much new crap that I am not allowed to talk about. That it's exciting.
Give us a hint. Come on, man.
No, I absolutely can't. I'd get murdered, but I will tell you it'll affect everybody. And yeah, so I mean, just we have stuff we're working on. The industry didn't slow down. Like it got a little negative there for a while, but especially with Subaru announcing new STIs and stuff, everybody started getting hyped again. But you also have this whole nother crew coming in that a huge pile of them were like old heads like me that maybe owned a WRX way back in the day and had to sell it for kids or whatever, or the thing blew up and they couldn't afford to fix it because they were poor. And they're in their 40s now and can't afford to do it. And like that's becoming the midlife crisis car. That's like my brother just bought that GF wagon because he can do it now. You know, he always it was funny having this conversation. I'm like, you used to have a wagon, okay? Like it was, I think it was 94 or 95, like base model L wagon. I'm like, all of the stuff that is on this car was all those little bits that you wanted to buy off of eBay and could never afford. This is all done. It's all done, all of it. You have all the weird little trim pieces, all like if you go through this car, it's gonna blow your mind the amount of little things on here because it's a legit JDM STI. Dude, so you're getting guys like that, you're getting guys like me building bug eyes, and it's sick, dude. Like it's a different type of market, but the market is still there, and it's cool that you guys are still innovating. You know, Co23 is still making new and amazing stuff. Kartboy's making new and amazing stuff. We're still doing stuff at IAG. You know, things are happening, and it's a cool place to be. If you can make a living doing it, it's awesome. And like I said earlier, it's real easy to ruin it. It's hard because that balance is tough, but you always want to try to maintain being an enthusiast within it, you know? So
yeah, not gonna lie, there's a lot of days where like I'm working here on something and it doesn't go right or whatever, and I'm like, God, I effing hate cars.
yes,
And then
cars are pain.
I drive my GD around if it works. You know, I've had issues lately, but we're getting them sorted. I got parts here finally today. You drive it and you're like, this thing's great, dude.
Yep.
Like on a back road, radio off, windows down. You're just like, all right, I remember why
I get why I love this. And like I want to do a whole show based on this. Me and John were talking about this from Flatirons of how all of us bought cars back in the day and then desperately tried to make them race cars because we wanted to experience what this thing could be. A bunch of us ended up building race cars. Like I have Boogie and like other people. We end up going all in on it and building a full race car. And then it's not that we hate it. It's just, it's pain. You know what I mean? When you get to that point, you experience all that stuff. It's pain. But then when you go back and build a street car again, knowing what you knew from that whole experience, it's so much more fun. You have a completely different mindset. So it's almost like a Dunning-Kruger curve, just trying to like figure out how that curve works. Yeah. Building street cars is like, make street cars great again. I swear to God, dude.
It's really funny because I have 3 Subarus right now. So I have Java Black Pearl 04 STI right here. I have a World Rally Blue VA WRX on the lift, and I have a Platinum Silver GD STI home.
Yep.
My hill I will die on that no one likes is that my VA WRX is a better car for 95% of things.
It absolutely is.
STI. It's quiet. It gets great fuel economy. It's sporty, but I can fit a kid's car seat. I can put stuff in the trunk.
It's got more back seat space. It's a good honestly, I think that's the best daily driver you can get now.
I agree. I get in it and I go, I know I'm going to make my destination.
Yep.
I'm not going to be exhausted when I get there. I get in that thing and I get there and I'm like, oh, whoo, made it. Like AC.
Mine doesn't. It's gone.
Loud. It's whatever. And like, dude, I love
driving. But you had a great time.
I want to drive my GD to drive my GD. I
Yes.
don't want to take it to Target.
Exactly.
Well, when I do take it to Target pickup, dude, the kid still gives me the stuff. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's the
"Sick
best."
car, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yes, that's why I just suffered to get here.
thanks, man. I'm like sweating.
Yeah.
Woo. Made it to Target, but thanks, dude.
Awesome. All right, man. Like I said, it's been awesome having you on. I gotta take off. But I want to have you on again. I got a million
man.
other things we could talk about, but again,
Yeah.
once again, I'm saying thanks from the community of just being a community guy. We all appreciate it.
Oh, dude, no thanks needed. Like, it was a blast. It was so fun going to Donut and everything. Like,
Sweet.
yeah, I don't know. I could talk about that experience for hours.
If people are gonna try to get a hold of you, how do they do it?
You can hit me up on my Instagram, which is Mark_C23_KB. Mark Winzensky is my name, or you can send me an email. If you shoot an email to supportboy@kartboy.com, it'll eventually make its way to me, or whatever. I answer my Instagram DMs like pretty frequently, so I'm pretty easy to get a hold of.
There you go. He's
Yeah,
it's,
man.
if it's just like Mark Company 23, you're gonna get a hold of him some way. Just scream it into
I'm
the
pretty
ether
easy to get a
and
hold of.
something will happen.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, thanks for being on, dude. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real
Anytime,
fun.
dude.
And we will catch you guys all next time. Later.